Welcome to Take Me Away, a virtual vacation experience. I'm super excited to be hosting today. My name is Drew Daly, and joining me on behalf of your travel advisor are two travel industry experts, one who specializes in resort vacations to the Caribbean, Mexico, and all over the world, and one who specializes in tours, specifically around the United States, but also internationally as well. So please let me introduce my special guests. We have the resort vacation expert, Brennan Quaynell. Hello, Brennan.
Hey, thank you, Drew. Hi, everyone.
Welcome, welcome. And from our tour expert, we have Kristen Steele. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, thank you. So we are so thankful that you're joining us today to learn more about both resort vacations and tour vacations. We're going to start with Brennan. So Brennan, with so many options of all-inclusive resorts out there, how do people know which one to choose from?
Speak to your advisor about what you're looking to achieve by going away. And I think at varying times in the year and varying times in your life, you're looking for different areas or different fulfillments or different experiences. I think many of us are looking for a time now after all that we've been through to rest and relax and recharge. Is it that you want to be focused on wellness? Are you active? So make sure that you're taking the time to have that conversation with your travel advisor to share what it is you're looking to get out of your vacation.
We know there are several destinations that people are traveling to and interested in booking. So where can people take a vacation right now?
Taking a vacation is, at this point in the game, really a personal decision. The great thing about this is that we've got tons of resources and borders open that are allowing you to be able to travel. The hottest destinations right now to get away are, no surprise here, probably for most of you, the Caribbean, Mexico, and also several hotspots in the United States.
Awesome. So Caribbean, Mexico, United States. So Kristen, why are national parks a great vacation option for people seeking a vacation close to home?
Well, you just said it right there, Drew. Close to home is very popular these days. And I don't know if everyone knows this, but there are actually 423 national parks, not just North America, but also our friends in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. I think that you'll see why they're so popular, and our own backyard is the place to be through 2021 and even into 2022 right now.
First of all, from both of your perspective, I'm thrilled to hear it. So there are, what I'm hearing for both, whether it's a resort vacation to the Caribbean, Mexico, and potentially in the United States, or a tour around the United States, there are options available for people. So Brennan, but from a resort vacation perspective, what are some of the safety and health protocols that you can tell us about what travelers can expect when they go to a resort or even while traveling?
I took several trips myself and visited many of our hot resorts right now that are trending. And so I got to experience firsthand. There's one thing about hearing from a resort and knowing what they're expecting to do for you that's changed, and then doing it yourself. And so I can definitely speak to that because I've ticked those boxes. I know that we've all gone through a lot, but I want to talk about the good things. And airplanes have never been cleaner. That's a great thing. And I think that's a great benefit.
It's so true, right?
Yeah, we've never had cleaner plane seats and cleaner lavatories and the whole boarding experience. All of that, a good positive from COVID. Also, when you get to the resorts, you can expect enhanced cleaning and operating protocols. So when you walk into the resorts, expect to have your feet sanitized. You'll walk in a sanitizing mat. I did that myself. Expect that you're going to get your temperature checked. Expect that you're going to see sanitizing stations all around the resorts. Also, know that the resorts are making it really easy to socially distance, right? So they've got visual cues. There'll be things on the floor to help with markers for where you may need to stand to get service. But also the resorts just in general naturally help with this. There's just a lot of open air space. And I think that's something we've all come to appreciate right now. Another thing that they're doing that has helped with this is reduced capacities. So they're not operating at 100%, which is also a benefit because you've got resorts that can easily handle that and it doesn't feel busy when they are at 100%. But right now, while we're going through this, they have some reduced occupancy levels, but also you have a benefit as a traveler of getting all of that extra space. So I think that that's really important for you to know. With the changes in the CDC requiring testing to come back to the US from these destinations in Mexico and the Caribbean, here's something you need to know. The resorts, and you speak to your travel advisor about this, but have made it really easy. Most of the resorts that you're going to visit in Mexico, the all-inclusive ones, they will provide antigen tests on property to make it really easy for you to get that test in the time frame that you need without having to leave your resort or worry about where to find one of those tests and coordinate all the timing of that. So Drew, I think that everyone needs to hear that is easy as well.
I love it. So first of all, thank you so much. And once you all start traveling and consuming this firsthand, so that firsthand experience, Brennan, we greatly appreciate it. I'm inspired by both of yours and Kristen's backgrounds, though. Take me away for sure. I can't wait to be on that beach or at that amazing park in the background there for Kristen. And Kristen, I'd love to hear from your perspective as it relates to Escorted Tours. What are some of those safety protocols, but also what are some of the top parks that you recommend that people can travel to and why?
Our Escorted Touring, we're thrilled to announce that we did operate 3 Canyonland departures this past fall successfully. So to Brennan's point, yes, we're actually operating, we're doing some touring. On our tours, keep in mind that you don't wait in line. We have VIP access, expedited check-ins at hotels. So our commitment to cleanliness and safety along the way is obviously temperature checks, sanitizer. Contact your travel advisor. We actually have a video of our Canyonland departure. We are now, as Brennan mentioned, with reduced capacities, we are operating smaller groups. We have small group discoveries of 24 passengers. So it's a nice way to get out there to see the national park safely. The check-in, check-out process, it's hands-off for you as a traveler. Our tour directors handle all of that, the luggage. So it really makes it a seamless transition. There's no entry fees for you that's part of your package. And it really enhances the entire experience in visiting these iconic destinations that I'm in Canyon de Chelly right now.
I love it. What are the top parks that you'd recommend and why?
Well, I think many of you think national parks and we immediately think Grand Canyon. So don't get me wrong, Grand Canyon is super popular. You know, we have, of our 73 vacations that hit national parks, I think half of them visit the Grand Canyon. But a couple years ago, I did one of our tours and it was the Old West, classic lodges and parks. So you've got Custer State Park, Crazy Horse Memorial, obviously. Mount Rushmore. There's just some amazing places outside of the Grand Canyon that you can see and do. The Pacific Northwest, we're seeing a lot of interest up there as well. And with the new world, you'll see that U at the top here, we have some undiscovered itineraries, different parts of our own country that many of us have never been to. How about a little bourbon, bluegrass, and bridals?
Sounds like fun to me. Sign me up.
Yeah, a little Nashville music action. So make sure you check with your advisor, let them know your bucket list destination in our own backyard, and they can point you in the right direction.
Love it. Thank you so much. I'm inspired already. Now, Brennan, from a resort vacation perspective in the Caribbean and Mexico, like you said, what are the top 3 all-inclusive resorts that you can recommend or that you have insight into?
There are so many great options, but if I had to pick, I guess the top 3 trending, our hottest resorts, I'm going to pick 2 from Mexico and 1 from the Dominican Republic. Both of those areas are easy access for Americans to travel to by air, obviously. And so the top 3, one is Unico 2087, and that is in the Riviera Maya area. And I should mention, adults only. If you're looking to go away as a family, we recommend Finest Playa Mujeres. There's a lot of great reasons why you'd want to do this. They've got a water park for kids. They're also up in Playa Mujeres, which is in front of Isla Mujeres. And I don't know if you know this, but it's a little bit of an insider tip. Because it's in front of Isla Mujeres is in front of it, it blocks any seaweed. You may have heard of that sometimes during the year that can be a problem. Well, this beach is gorgeous, white sand, and we don't have that problem up there. The other thing you would want to know about Finest is they've got really great suites, family suites, suites that have lots of space, rooftops with plunge pools. You can even get a suite that has a private pool. So if you're looking for a family getaway with even more space, this is a great option for you. And the final recommendation is Hyatt Ziva and Zolera. I said this before, built from the ground up, a brand new build. There are tons of things to do at this property. They have an incredibly expansive water park for families on the family side. It even has a lazy river, Drew. Who doesn't love a lazy river? Their gym, if you're interested in fitness or just burning off some of the calories you're drinking and eating away, it actually blew my socks off. It is the best I've seen in the Caribbean and Mexico, and frankly would rival some of the best gyms here in the continental US, from spin classes to high-tech technology equipment. It is an absolute rock star. The other thing you need to know, 13 restaurants and bars on either side of the property. So you have a ton of restaurant options, from French to Tahitian to Italian to wood-fired pizzas. There's a lot of great things happening at this resort, and it's situated on a white sand beach. So I'm highly recommending this property as well.
Thank you, Brennan. Now, Kristen, from a national park perspective and all the different options available for people to travel to and visit different parts in the US, what is the best time to travel and why?
You know, June, July, and August are obviously children are out of school. We lowered our age requirement now to 5 years old. We are seeing a lot of families wanting to get out there, but we are seeing more off-season travel. And we just introduced more tours for you at the end of this year. So on that shoulder season, maybe Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta, right? Historic Trains of Colorado. So when you're thinking of an escorted, perfectly planned vacation around the US, just don't forget about some of the trains that we can use and motor coaches, and there's some boat rides and really different ways to get out there and explore the country. So for those of you who have not planned a trip for 2021, there are more tours being added. And I can't not mention one of my favorite great resorts of the Canadian Rockies. Was the most memorable trip. It is still one of our top booked trips. It's all Fairmont hotels, everybody. I took my mother on this June of 2019, and it will be the best memory ever. So don't get locked into thinking just the summertime anymore. We even have a Yellowstone Winter Wonderland package, where it's a completely different park than you would have seen in the summertime. So check with your advisor, pick the right time of year to travel, and we'll find a vacation for you.
Why should someone work with a travel advisor?
There are many reasons. One, you're going to talk to an expert. Right now, it's really difficult to figure out what you need to know, how you are able to travel, what tests are available, how you're going to comply with different orders in order to come back to your state of residence, to come back into the US. So they're going to help you really channel through and sift through all of that information that continually changes. Second, they're going to give you an expert recommendation. I can't say enough good about travel advisors. They are out there, they're experiencing these products. So very often you'll be able to talk to someone that has already done what you're thinking or dreaming of doing. And there is nothing better than being able to speak to someone who has actually done what you're hoping to do. They'll be able to give you personal recommendations. They'll be able to tell you what restaurant you should actually put on your itinerary and why you should go there and what you should order off the menu. They're also just going to make sure, Drew, that you've thought of things that you may not have anticipated in order to plan your vacation. For example, right now, making sure that you have the right insurance coverage, right? And also making sure that the flights that you're purchasing are going to work with connection times and are going to work with your itinerary. They're also going to find little extra deals for you. You know, you can't often click and find that the best price on the flight may be, $12 more, but you're going to get an extra 4 hours in the destination. But because an online booking engine is going to give the cheapest price, your travel advisor can see past that and know for a little extra cost, you may get 4 hours more on your vacation. So there's a whole host of reasons, Drew, but those are just three that I think are important that everyone should hear why they should only be booking with travel advisors.
I love it. Thank you. So save time, energy, and money by working with a travel advisor. Kristen, what are your thoughts?
Yes, I'll just kind of mirror what Brennan mentioned, but I can tell you my travel advisor, when I went on my classic lodges and parks, she said, you know what, when you get to Rushmore, if you really want to work out, go around to the right of the monument. And if anybody in your group has, maybe a bad hip or bad knee, go to the left. Don't go to the restrooms in the little cafeteria in the gift store when you first go into the park. There's a better one in the back. So when you're visiting any of these destinations that we're talking about today, they have that expert knowledge. They're your navigator, they're your voice. It's actually a better offer to partner with an advisor. 9 times out of 10, you'll receive not just a better price, a better offer, but those little extras that they can throw in, not just their knowledge and guidance, but they have your back. And in any world, if something comes up, you have a little hiccup along the way, and you don't have that advisor to pick up the phone and call, or now to text, you're kind of out there lost on your own. And we've seen it worldwide, guys, right? Over the last how many years of things that have just happened in the world. You know, things can come up. So you really want to have them, insurance aside, you want to have that one person that knows where you are and knows how they can help you, whether get you home or guide you around, especially with the national parks. I mean, even with our tour directors, there's area closures sometimes inside parks and admissions. And if weather is not ideal, I mean, contrary to belief, everybody, when we go on vacation, we can order good weather, but it doesn't always happen. So if someone is supposed to see a certain iconic site or park one afternoon, we can rearrange everything for you, and your advisor has a hand in all of that. So Brennan and I wouldn't be here today, honestly, with our relationship with our travel advisor partners out there. So we thank you for including us as well.
I love that, Kristen. Making sure you get not just the best vacation for you and your loved ones, but also you maximize your vacation value. So Brennan, with so many options of all-inclusive resorts out there, how do people know which one to choose from?
If we reach back to Unico, why would you go there? It is a great adults-only property. It actually has earned the AAA 5 Diamond status, which is a phenomenal and very, very difficult rating to achieve. You don't have to worry about paying for things because it's an all-in price. All-inclusive means that your beverages and your food and in the 6 different bars and 5 different restaurants are all covered. And they've got excellent food options. Some of my favorite are the modern Mexican restaurant, the Japanese restaurant, as well as their Italian option. This resort as well is really focused on experience and like giving you that local touch. When I say adults only, it's not just for couples. So if you're thinking, I'd love to get a girls' getaway together, they've got rooms with 2 queen beds, and this is a great property that allows for that with multiple pools, great areas to hang out, lots of space, again, so we get back to what everyone is after and looking for. Golf, spa, it is one of the hottest trending resorts. So that was Unico.
I love how you kind of walked us through this. So really when it comes down to is by talking to your travel advisor about what you're looking for, you kind of get firsthand experience, because look what Brennan's been there. So he's sharing with us these ins and outs of like these details, because when you have the right expert, they're going to help you pick the right resort, right? Which is so great. Now, Kristen, on a tour, what can be different for a customer? You walked through some of it, but what's truly different with an escorted tour as a vacation?
With an escorted tour, we like to say, get your head out of the guidebook, right? So many times we're navigating. We like to say there's no crying, no navigating, no driving. Let someone else do it for you. There's so much to see and do. We include what's called local favorites. So not just the expedited entrance fees into, all the well-known parks, but kind of behind the scenes. So when you talk to your advisor, we have vacations that you just have a week away, or maybe you want to completely unwind and take 10 to 14 days. It also depends on what you want to see, the topography, the country. We do the coasts of Maine all the way out through Seattle. How many of you have done the Pacific Coast Highway, California Classics? So there's a lot of areas to explore. It really just depends on the pace you want to travel, where you want to go. Do you want those amazing, wow, aha moments, and you want to take all those pictures, beautiful pictures of the national parks? And Brennan mentioned, maybe it's a girls' getaway. One of our advisors out there, someone you may know, just did a book club with about 18 women, and they did Southern Charms. And it was Savannah, Hilton Head, a little Charleston action, and giving that advisor your wish list and then what you've done in the past and what you liked about it will really help. And I guess the last thing just to mention is to expect on a tour, we have for 93 years, not me personally, the company has sourced out and found the most perfect hotels in the heart of the destination, in the heart of the national parks. You stay in the national parks. trying to do that on your own, they take reservations a year out. So being one of the larger operators in the country, we have access to that space. I mean, when you stay at the Goldings Lodge, everybody, my friend Julie that just did it in November said all the men on the tour were fascinated by visiting the John Wayne, his house, a little museum there, and the gift store, you know, Route 66. So there's just a lot of really unique stops and places. We have Elvis fans. We do a little Memphis, Heartbreak Hotel. So just think about that. Reach out to your advisor, let them know. But really, when we say the world is at your fingertips, the national parks is in our own backyard. That peace of mind that we all need these days. Plans change. It can change by the minute. So we have as well, you can move your deposit from any brand, any destination. So if you did decide to book a national park trip for August and it wasn't going to work out, you can move it to the fall, you can move it to next spring or next summer with no penalties. So we want you to have that peace of mind. We want you to get out there and fly away, travel away, and see, you know, vacations are our happiest place to be, right, Drew? I know that's
right. Listen, vacations are the happiest place to be. Brennan and Kristen, thank you so much for sharing your expertise and words of wisdom. Take me away, and you've both done that. But now, more importantly, for all of you out there, take action today and reach out to your travel advisor so they can help you get away and prepare for your next dream vacation. But thank you both so much for joining us. So informative, lots of great opportunities, but you wanted to make sure to take advantage of these great deals because I know like everything, they're only available for a limited time. So make it a great day, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us for Take Me Away.
Thank you.
Thank you.